Hello.
Hi, Sourav. Hi. Am I audible?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sourav Dutta, and as the Sergeant at Arms today, it's my duty to highlight some of the key points for the meeting today of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. This meeting is blocked for 2 hours. We urge you to stay for the entire duration of the meeting to get the maximum benefits out of this meeting. Your video should be on and the audio should be off. Please unmute yourself when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me now welcome the presiding officer of the meeting today. Our presiding officer for today is Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, the president of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty is also a district officer. She's an area director who is based out of United States, pursuing a full-time master degree in the US. She's passionate about public speaking, about leadership, and she is the presiding officer for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. Can we hear it for our Sergeant at Arms for this particular meeting, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta? Welcome each one of you to another exciting meeting of the Gabbys. As a presiding officer, I hereby officially call the meeting to order. As we are starting the meeting now, please feel free to come on camera, show your smiling face, bring that energy, and let's get rolling with the activities, with the agenda which we have set for another meeting of the Gabbys. A warm welcome to our dedicated and passionate, committed members, our distinguished Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, and especially the guests who are new to the world of Toastmasters International. Let's take a moment to know each other slightly a bit more. On that note, I might request few of you to give a 30-second, a very quick introduction about yourself. You might cover your name, at present where you are signing in from, and what brought you to this particular meeting. Now, this is your time and turn to speak aloud. Now, may I request Lalita Krishnan? Uh, could you please help me understand if you are a Toastmaster or a guest? Oh, Lalita, I see a familiar face. Please, can you help us with a quick 30-second introduction?
Hi, TM Smruti. Thanks for having me. I had attended a couple of meetings in the past. After a break, I'm trying to join again as a guest. I'm yet to become a member to any club. And I have always enjoyed listening to every speech and every sections of the Gabbys Club. And my interest is towards developing my presentation skills in bilingual way, not just only in English. In mother tongue, I'm actually trying to. So that is how I had started exploring Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lalita. And people, for you, this is Lalita joining us for both online and hybrid meeting as well. She's present in our meeting, eager to learn something and eager to grow together here. Now, on that note, may I ask now, Priyanka Mahan. Priyanka, are you a Toastmaster or a guest? Would you like to help us with a quick introduction, please?
Hi, everyone. I am not a Toastmaster. I'm a guest. I am Priyanka Mehan. I am from Delhi, and I am a research associate at a UK-based KPO. and I'm attending these meetings to improve my public speaking skills with a greater focus on impromptu public speaking.
Awesome, Priyanka, and glad you are here with us. You made the right choice to be in this particular meeting. Now, rest, I see familiar names and few familiar faces. Having said that, you know the best part about joining virtual meetings? You can use the best emoticons, appreciative emoticons, keeping the decorum of the meeting to the fellow speakers, the Toastmasters, to a speech, to an evaluation. So please do not shy away in doing so. Second, try to please come on camera. Come here as a sign of encouragement to the other speaker, or you want to really give a face to that particular name on the screen. If not, use the chat window again mindfully to share your thoughts, introduce yourself, write something about the role takers today. Please feel free to do so. Whenever you get time in this particular meeting, your stage is given to you, make the optimal utilization of the same. Having said that, if you missed everything, stay till the last leg of the meeting. I'll again come back to talk to you to take your feedback about the meeting. Now, as we have a combination of both Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, new guests as well, for you, let me tell you slightly a brief about what exactly is this particular meeting. This is one of the Toastmasters meeting. Toastmasters International was founded in 1924 by a visionary Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, where he began experimenting something on empowering people to speak. And now we are continuing the 100-year-old legacy where we are meeting every time to enhance our public speaking, to enhance our leadership skill, and at the same time, to connect and network with like-minded people. So if you are striving for excellence, Toastmasters meeting is an answer for you. Now, Gabbys is no different. We are a community club and we meet 3 times a week. We meet on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So, this is one of those meetings. Tuesday meeting with a special arrangement focusing on speakers and evaluators. So, please stay tuned because we are going to witness something magical again. Now, we are talking so much, rather, I am talking so much, but trust me when I say this, we always try to push our boundaries, push ourselves from the comfort zone, and hence we join a meeting. That's exactly what the theme of today's meeting. Today's meeting is about knowing how we can push ourselves from the past, from the comfort zone, and be a better version of ourselves. However, in order to facilitate the entire meeting, to give you more nuggets about this particular topic, we have someone very special dedicated for this segment. Please help me introduce the Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting, who is Toastmaster Sanjay Jain for you, a chartered accountant by profession, a Toastmaster, and also someone who loves playing cricket, chess, and passionate about traveling. Toastmaster Sanjay, I give the virtual stage to you. Looking forward to more about this stretching out from the comfort zone. Can we hear it for him? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Presiding Officer Smruti, for a wonderful introduction. Today, the theme is push past the comfort zone. And what better way to explore it than through a story, powerful story, one you will never forget. Imagine this 4 characters living in a maze. 2 are mice, sniff and curry, and simple creature who creates quickly. The other 2 are little people, hem and haw, more complex, full of belief, fear, and habits. Every day they find their favorite cheese in one spot in the maze. Life is good, but one morning the cheese is gone. The mice sniff and scurry, do not overthink. They put their running shoes and venture out to look for a new cheese. Hem and haw, as they are with their habits and their commitments, they does not they think that why this cheese is not there. They will be making that issue and talking to each other that why this cheese is not there and why this has happened to them. In that hem and haw, Haw agrees that this is there and he has to change himself. He changes himself and then he explores new thing and he goes to the new maze station, and there the cheese station is full of cheese. So here the learning is that when we change our comfort zone, we learn new things in our life. So whereas him tripping and saying that this is my faith and staying in the same place and does not improve. So the learning here is that we have to push our comfort zone and learn new things. In the Toastmaster also, we are come here to learn something, speak out, and take away whatever good things are there. So today we will be learning about how we can push from the experience of our guests and members. We will be asking them to speak on this topic. Before that, I would like to tell you about today's table, how the structure of the meeting is. We will be having only the speeches, two speeches, and an evaluation section, followed by a general evaluator giving the feedback. We will not be having today the table topic section. So for this, we have a general evaluator, Smruti Mohanty. Already the introduction is given. So I will like to call upon the general evaluator, Smruti Mohanty, to take the stage and introduce her role takers. Thank you very much. And the stage is yours. Yeah.
Thank you so much once again to Toastmasters, Sanjay, our Toastmaster of the day, and I am back. I'm back to tell you that there is more to a Toastmasters meeting. Other than the speeches, the table topics, it is important to minutely notice and observe what's happening within a meeting, because evaluation is the critical part. Evaluation, something which helps every role taker to know where we did good, where we need actually a slight nudge to be a better version of ourselves. So today I'm playing the role of the general evaluator, where me and my entire team will watchful about each and every activity in the meeting, and we will submit our evaluation reports time and again. So in order to do the same, as I said, it is a team. So let me introduce the team to you. The General Evaluators team is consist of 4 exclusive members. The first one is our timer for the evening. Today, the timer's role is played by Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi. To tell you a bit about her, she carries over 14 years of professional experience in finance and tech consulting projects. And she has built her career as a project management professional. She's excited to take her role in the Gabbys meeting. Other than the work, she enjoys solo traveling and discovering new places. May I request Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi to help us with the timer's role. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for the warm introduction. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests present here today. As a timer, I will be timing the prepared speeches and the evaluations today. So, which I'll be timing with the help of 3 cue cards, which is green, yellow, and red. So, to explain more about my role, for prepared speeches, which is timed around 5 to 7 minutes, at 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, the red card. Same going ahead with the evaluations, which is for 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, the red card. So we have 30 minutes grace time on both the lower side and the higher side for both the prepared speeches and the evaluation sections for today. Thank you, and I'll come back with my timer report when called upon. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi, for helping us with the timer's update. Well, just a slight adding a bit over there. It's 30 seconds. I know she meant 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. So it is 30 seconds on both sides. Okay, moving ahead, let me introduce the second role taker here. And the second role taker of this tag team is our R counter. Today, the role of the R counter will be played by Toastmaster Prasang Mani. To tell you more about him, he completed his engineering in 2021 from NIT Allahabad. Since July 2021, he has been working as a software engineer at Radisys. His hobbies are playing badminton, chess, and going to the gym. Toastmaster Prasang, please help us with the R counter update.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guest. Today I'm playing the role of accounter, and the purpose of accounter is to listen and make a note of unnecessary words and sounds used by all speakers and role players. This report would focus on five major areas. The first one is filler words such as er. Second is inappropriate interjection, for instance, and well, but so you know. Third is the use of crutch words similar to basically, actually, this thing, it is a. Fourth is repetitive words or phrases in the form of I or this means. Fifth is unintentional long and short pauses made by the speakers. I will present my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster. Smruti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasang. I'm a bit scared of that particular report because when we go impromptu, we really miss the count of hours and arms. Having said that, let's get rolling with the next role taker here. Today, the next role taker in this team is our grammarian. The role will be played by Toastmaster Sreehari Acharya, who is a mechanical simulation engineer. He is an avid reader and a fitness enthusiast as well. To learn, network, and grow, he has joined Toastmasters. Toastmaster Sreehari, I would request you to please help us with the Grammarian update.
Good evening and thank you, General Evaluator Smruti. I'm the grammarian for today's meeting. Think of me as a grammar teacher who not only nudges on the small mistakes or the grammatical mistakes we make throughout the meeting, but I also take down and encourage some of the words, quotes, sayings, and paraphrases. As a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce you all the word of the day. Today, the word of the day is fortitude. I repeat, the word of the day is fortitude. Some of the synonyms are courage or bravery. The usage could be, she endured her illness with great fortitude. The exact meaning is courage in pain or adversity. One more example could be, it takes a lot of mental fortitude to overcome public fear and give the public speeches. I encourage you all to use the word of the day, and I'll present the rest of the report when I'm called again later during the meeting by General Evaluator. Over to you, Smruti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sreehari. Well, I must say today the role takers, they have joined the meeting with a great fortitude and we expect all of us to excel in executing the same. Now, let's quickly move to a very special, the last leg of the TAGL team, that is the listener's role. Today, the listener's role will be played by our one of the newest member, Toastmaster Mamata Jain. Toastmaster Mamata is, she brings with her a unique blend of creativity and logic. She is both a graphic designer and an engineer by education. This rare combination has shaped her perspective, allowing her to approach challenges with better imaginative flair and as an analytical precision. Well, Toastmaster Mamata, please help us understand the listener's role. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. Good evening, everyone. Dalai Lama once said, when you talk, you are only repeating what you already know, but when you listen, you may learn something new. I am your listener today. My role is to pay close attention on what is being said during the meeting. At the end, I will ask a few fun questions to see how well you were listening to. Let's all listen actively and enjoy the meeting. Back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamata. Now that was the TAGL team, with which we will come prepared towards the end where the evaluation segment will start rigorously. Till that time, please enjoy your Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Sanjay, the stage is all yours.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator Smruti. Now, before starting the first, calling upon the first speaker, I would like to ask the audience which book I was referring the story. Anybody can tell? This is a very this is a very famous book, Who Moved My Cheese. It's written 10 years back, and now also it's relevant. The book is very relevant. Why? Because every day there is a change. And if we are not aware of what is going on in the environment, we may be behind. So before calling upon the first speaker, I would put one or two questions to this audience. Anybody can raise their hand and speak for 30 seconds. Your dream jobs shift to a new city. It is exciting but uncomfortable. What do you do? Anybody want to take this? Sree Lakshmi, you want to take?
Sorry, Sanjay. Could you just come back on the question?
Yeah, your dream job shifts to a new city. It is exciting but uncomfortable. What do you do?
Correct. So I've actually traveled to multiple places and I've actually worked out of my comfort zone also. Like I went on site. So I always try to adjust to the new location and to the new environment so that I feel comfortable to work there and also try to mingle with the other people over there to be to be accustomed to the culture there. So always try to uh, get and try to match the vibe of that place.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Over to you.
It's an excellent reply. Next, one more question I'm going to ask. Prasang Mani, you can take on as you are in the camera. So you have followed the same routine for years. Suddenly something changed. How do you respond?
I remember I was going to gym from last 1.5 years, and since January I joined the Toastmaster, and in night mostly I'm joining the meetings. I'm not able to go, so I feel a little bit kind of awkward because whenever I used to go to gym, I used to meet some of my friends. Now I'm missing them, and also I used to feel a lot good. I used to get a good sleep after the gym. So I mean, I'm just trying to adjust. I mean, because even these changes are necessary because I really want to work on my communication skills. So I just tell myself that okay, I'm doing this for better, and once I find the right schedule, I would go back to gym.
Yeah, this is also important. This is also one type of gym where we improve our communication and things like that. This is more important than uh, the other gym. So you are in the right place. So let us come to the first speaker. I would like to call upon the first speaker. Yeah, she is on the camera. And evaluator Roshni uh, and John, are you there? I'm not able to see them. Roshni is there, I think so. Roshni Banerjee is there, yeah. Yeah, both are there. Oh, okay. Please pay attention to her speech. Uh, uh, she is attempting leadership and development path. She is attempting from leadership and development level 3, project 1. Connect with storytelling. The purpose of this speech is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. I would like to introduce the speaker. Currently, she is working as a superintendent in the water board. She loves to read books. She is Toastmaster Kala. Toastmaster Kala, the life lesson, Toastmaster Kala. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Kala. You can take the stage here.
Thank you, TMOD. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, yes.
An old man had 9 hair on his head. He went to a barber shop. Barber asked, "Shall I cut your hair or shall I count your hair?" Old man smiled and replied, "Just color it." Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear friends. Life is all about accepting the way we are, but most of us will not do the same. I also belong to the same category. During my college days, one day I was crying. This was noticed by my father. My father asked, "Kala, why are you crying since morning?" I replied, "Papa, today is my results day. And today I got very less marks in my exams. My father smiled and replied, "Oh, it's okay. It's just a class exam. You need to take more marks in life exam, not in class exam." But still, I didn't stop crying. I was crying since evening. Again, my father noticed it. My father asked, "Kala, you listen this story first. Then you decide where you have to score more marks, whether in your class or in your life." There was a husband and wife in a house. One day they went by a car. The car stuck with an accident. It was a major accident. However, husband escaped from major injuries, but the lady was severely injured. People were gathered to the spot and they tried to drag her out from the car, and finally she admitted to the hospital. Doctor investigated thoroughly and said, "I know you're an artist, but in future you can't draw a single drawing because your hands, arms are completely injured. And even in future, you can't stand on your own feet because your legs are severely injured. And in future, you can't give birth to a child because your spinal cord also severely injured." After all these incidents, again, her husband also gave a statement that he decided to divorce her. All these incidents made the lady in verge of despair and devastated. She questioned herself about her existence, but after a few days, she challenged herself. She challenged herself to overcome all her obstacles and all her problems. Therefore, next day she told her brother to bring a paper and a draw paint box to the hospital. From next day onwards, she started drawing even on her deathbed. She painted more paintings. The paintings were filled with her emotions. People were praised her work and they were eagerly waiting to purchase her paintings. After a few months, the same lady became an anchor of national TV. Further, she became motivational speaker, singer, and she was also selected as a woman ambassador by BBC. And further, she also adopted a child to her life. All this happened because of her strong dedication, determination, hard work, and to achieve something in life. The lady passed all the exams which life throws towards her. Dear Toastmasters, the lady is none other than the Iron Lady of Pakistan, Muniba Mazar. After listening this story, I learned a lesson that I have to score more marks in life, not in class exam. And first we have to accept the way we are, then the entire world will recognize us. Finally, I believed in Bhagavad Gita shloka. Whatever happened, happened for good. Whatever happening for good. Whatever will happen will also happen for good. We have to perform only our duties. We have to perform only our duties, not to expect the fruit of our actions, not to expect the fruit of our actions. Thank you and over to you.
A round of applause to Kala for a wonderful story and inspiring. Now, before going to the second speaker, I would like to ask the two questions. Whoever in the camera, I will like to ask them. Sourav Dutta, I would like to ask you. Describe a time when you resisted change but later embraced it. You're mute. Saurav.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Sanjay?
Yeah. Describe a time when you resisted change but later embraced it.
Oh, this one is easy.
Yeah, immediately I'm asking why everyone has to speak.
Yeah. No, this is easy because I've told this many times. Smruti is already smiling because she knows the answer. So it is my tattoos. So I used to hate tattoos big time. I would never, even mix with people, talk to people, hire people who had tattoos, any kind of tattoos, even a small tattoo was a absolute no-go for me. So, once what happened is that I rejected someone on, I was hiring manager. I rejected someone for some stupid reason. And my boss was able to find out or understand that I did that because he had a tattoo and he had a ponytail. And he said they're not some man bun kind of a thing. And I rejected him. And my boss was like, how can you do that? You're using your personal biases against people when making decisions. That's very unfortunate. I tried a few times. It did not work out. I was never able to do something about it. So I decided that I will start getting tattoos myself. So that's how I got my first tattoo, which is this one.
Yeah.
And then after that, I fell in love with tattoos. And then as you see, my whole hand, it has got full of tattoos. And then I started having tattoos all over my body. So I have got right now, I think around 10 tattoos.
Okay. It is very inspiring.
And,
I am also not liking tattoos, but
yeah, maybe you should start getting one, then you'll start liking it.
Yeah, very, very well explained. Thank you very much. Lalita, you want to take 30 seconds only? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Why is it important to notice small change early?
Small changes early. Maybe they are the ones they are giving cues that we can do something, we can go further in the step. Not able to recollect a personal story related to it. But anytime I think we may constrain ourselves from trying if we don't get to notice these small changes and celebrate those. So that gives a momentum to move forward.
Yeah, thank you, Lalita. Now we will be moving to our second speaker, Sravan. Sravan, can you come on camera? Yeah, for this evaluator is Sourav Tiwari and Sourav Dutta. So both are there. Now I will. The speaker is attempting the visionary communication level 3 path project P4. Project name is Inspire Your Audience. The purpose of the project is for member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. Now I'll introduce the speaker. Sravan, an experienced IT professional specialized in regulatory compliance and IT system governance, driving efficiency and compliance in the life science industry. Beyond work, he is passionate about yoga, self-healing, and music, and is currently pursuing a master's in yoga with a keen interest in human and animal behavioral psychology. I would call upon Toastmaster Sravan, the harmony to the growth. Toastmaster Sravan, the stage is yours here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay, for a kind introduction. And fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Today, I want to talk about something that is incredibly personal to me, a blend of passions that not only keeps me grounded, but also teaches me valuable lessons in resilience, patience, and creativity. It's the harmony between yoga and music. I know you might be thinking, yoga and music? What's the connection? Isn't it? Well, let me take you on a journey where these two seemingly different paths cross and create something beautifully powerful. Let me tell the first intersection of yoga and music. Yoga is often seen as a practice of mindfulness, of connecting body and mind. It's about balance, focus, and breathing. It teaching us to be present in each moment. Music, on the other hand, is an expression of emotion and creativity. It tells a story, it moves us, it connects us, isn't it? But what if I told you that yoga and music share something deeper? They both other, they both of them follow the path of flow, that flow to be in the moment and to express our true selves. I have spent years of practicing yoga, learning how to listen to my body, how to push my limits, and how to be patient with myself. Yoga teaches me to align my breath with my movements, creating a rhythm that allows me to move gracefully through life, both on and off the mat. When I pick up my flute or violin or a harmonica, I feel the same rhythm. Every note requires a breath, just like every yoga pose requires a mindful, deliberate breathing. Both practices force me to be present, to slow down, and tune into the world around me. Through this harmony of body and breath, I find myself not just performing or practicing, but living fully in that moment. Next, the courage to learn and fail. Here, the thing about being a yoga practitioner and a musician, failure is inevitable. But it's also where the magic happens. I remember the first time I tried to play the violin, the sound that came out was wow. Well, it was not music. It was more of a string of awkwardness, off key squeaks. My fingers they were not used to the position, and my bowing was all over the place. And just like in yoga, my first instinct was to give up. But then I thought, wait, this is just like my yoga practice. First time I did a downward dog position, I didn't took I did it didn't look like a seasoned yogi either. Failure is simply the first step towards improvement. In both yoga and music, you must embrace imperfections. You need to understand that progress comes little by little through repetition and consistency. Every time I struggle with a new violin piece or miss a note on my harmonica, I remind myself of the yoga principle of non judgment, not being critical of myself when things aren't perfect, but allowing the process to unfold naturally. And just like in yoga, I remind myself that it's about the journey, not the destination. Patience, the unseen ingredient. In music, we often talk about scales, notes, and technique. But what we don't often talk about is the patience. Learning an instrument is not about mastering a song in one go. It's about slowly building your skills, one practice session at a time. And similarly, yoga is not about practicing a pose immediately. It's about the ongoing effort, the practice, the quiet growth over time. There's a saying that goes, it takes 10,000 hours to master something. I used to think that was about intensity, but I have realized it's more about consistency. Whether it's your yoga practice or playing the flute for hours on, it's not the number of hours you put in, but the mindset you bring with you. Sometimes it's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes it's about listening to yourself and being gentle when things don't go as planned. Both yoga and music have taught me that patience is the key to long term success. The symphony of life. Yoga and music are both forms of expression. Whether it's through body movement or sound, we are communicating something deeper, something beyond words. But the real magic happens when we bring them together. Imagine this, you're on a yoga mat holding a challenging pose, you're focused on your breath, aligned with the flow of your body, and then you play a note on your flute or a harmonica. Suddenly, the rhythm of your breath, the rhythm of your movements, and the music align in perfect harmony. It's like your body, your soul, and the universe are in sync. In life, we don't always have control over what happens around us, but we do have control over how do we respond to it. By practicing yoga and music, I have learned to create my own symphony, a life filled with harmony, no matter the chaos around me. So, my fellow Toastmasters, I leave you with this thought, whether you are a yogi, a musician, or someone learning something new every day, remember the key to growth is embrace imperfections, to celebrate patience, and to find harmony. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Sanjay Jain.
Uh, Excellent speech, Sravan. A round of applause to his speech. Um, now we will break for 5 minutes and come back by 8:17. It is fine. Okay. Thank you. Request everyone to come on the. Please on your video and yeah. Thank you very much. From this book, Who Moved My Cheese? We have level learnings we can learn from this book. The first one is change happens. They keep moving the cheese. The second one is anticipate change. Get ready for the cheese to move. The third one is monitor change. Smell the cheese often so you know when it is getting old. The fourth one is adapt quickly. The quicker you let go of the old cheese, the sooner you can enjoy new cheese. The fifth one is change, move with the cheese. The sixth one is enjoy change. The seventh one is be ready to change quickly and enjoy it again and again. Eighth one is do not overthink or over analyze. The ninth one is fear is natural, but do not let it paralyze you. The 10th one is visualize success. It helps you move towards it. The 11th one is a old belief can hold you back. These are the level learnings we learn from this book, and this has impacted me when I read this book. This has impacted me that whenever I think why this is happening to me, I go and refer to this thing and again bounce back. So this also will help you also to analyze anything if you are having any weakness or any strength if you further want to improve. this book is a very relevant book and which will help you to in a long way. And now it's a time to take the feedback. So I will call upon the general evaluator to give the evaluation with I will call Toastmaster Smruti to take on the stage here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you're not bored by seeing this face again and again on your screen. Having said that, time for the evaluation where the team will give exclusive evaluation on for the speakers. Our TAGL team will give evaluation on the usage of language, time, and everything. And then the general evaluator, which is me, will share the overall feedback about the meeting. Let's get started with the prepared speech segment first. On that note, let me see if our speakers are available. As you know, Tuesday meetings are special, are different. So you will see the new perspectives in an evaluation. So please fasten your seatbelt for the same. Let's get started with our very first speaker, who is Toastmaster Kala. Just allow me a second. Let me pin our timer here. Today we have two evaluators. The first evaluator for Toastmaster Kala is Toastmaster Roshni. Yes, she is in the room. Toastmaster Roshni, I would request you to please share your evaluation about our speaker's speech. Over to you.
What is a speech but an attempt to connect with the audience through your story? My target speaker, you had the perfect story to connect with the audience. When I analyze your speech, the thing that stands out for me was that you are a seasoned speaker. You have been doing this for a long time, and that was very evident from your presentation, from your delivery, from your gestures. That is feedback in terms of the delivery. You are very confident, aware of the audience. Now, in terms of the content was a story that you told to us, and we were hooked on. We were listening to you. We were trying to understand what you brought in terms of the lessons of the story, the message you were trying to give us. For me, the message was very clear that yes, this is what I need to do. This is what I can implement. And the way you used Bhagavad Gita to reiterate the point, that really, really touched my heart, because it is something that is very close to the hearts of most Indians. Along with that, the energy. Now, this is where I tell you that, hey, can we see a different energy of you? When you see an expert speaker and a speaker who connects, what is it that separates that speaker from a regular speaker? I know that I'm not perfect either, and I'm trying to build myself towards this, but it is the energy. So for me, what was lacking in your speech was the energy level. Yes, the content was there. Yes, the delivery was there. But the energy you brought into a voice modulation. If you're happy, it should show in our voice. And if you're sad, it should show too. So what I noticed in your speech was that the voice modulation was present, but it was in a monotone. So there were variations where you used variations, you used intonations, but we need that energy out there. So for my evaluation, I would like to sum it up by saying that content and delivery were excellent. But my challenge for your next speech would be that let's see you be up there. Let's see you be out there with your energy. Let's play the vocal cords of our voice. As a musician once told me, the vocal cords are something that we can play on. So use your vocal cords to bring energy to your speech and make it exciting. With that, I would like to hand over to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Roshni, for your critical evaluation on the speaker's speech. Let's hear it from our second evaluator as well. May I request Toastmaster Joanne to please help us with your evaluation on the speech. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. And congratulations, Toastmaster Kala. It was a beautifully connected story. And I know about the Iron Lady of Pakistan. I'm sure a lot of people have heard. She is so famous. But coming from your perspective and the way you delivered it, it was once again a beautiful story to hear. And I loved it. What I loved, the facial expressions. You have beautiful facial expressions. The emotions that you feel come through your eyes and the way you smile and the way you show your emotions. So tick for facial expressions. And voice modulation was there. Yes, it was monotone, even I agree to that, but the voice modulation was there. So that means you have the ability to modulate. You just need to practice on that. I love the characters. I love the setting that you have given for 3 different stories. Because if you think about it, there were 3 different stories in your entire presentation or speech today. You started with the 9-haired guy who wanted it to color. Then you spoke about your father, the interaction between you and your father. Then you came to the Iron Lady of Pakistan. Then you came with the lessons. So 3 different stories were there, and characters and settings were there for all 3 different stories. So congratulations on that. So what could you do better to make this more power-packed and more impactful in a 7-minute speech? The first thing I think we all should ask ourselves is 3 stories and 3 settings in a 7-minute speech. Can you justify any of those stories and settings? Because I'll tell you, I think you could have skipped, it's a personal opinion, you could have skipped the either the hair, the 9 strands of hair thing, and directly gone into the conversation between you and your father, and then from there connected it to the Iron Lady of Pakistan. Now, what will this do? I understand that you started off with that for a punch, for an interesting opening, but then that time saved can give you more time to connect emotionally with your audience. Because what I felt was, personally, on the content, I'll tell you, I understood the lessons that you learned from Muniba Manzari, right? I would have loved to know how these lessons changed in your life. Because I know Munima Banzari, we all know her, at least many of us know her. The key for an inspirational change comes when that lesson you took into your life and you would have said, something happened in my life and this is where it changed when I heard her story. So what changes you brought in your life, your personal story? I would have loved to know that. So that is one impactful place that I felt like you missed out. Second thing is, you started with your father. I would have loved it if you could have ended this conversation with your father. That dad which taught you that, get the marks in your life. Now, what does he think of you? Is he proud of you? Because you have changed. So that full circle ending in the conclusion, you left it at a lesson, right? Instead of leaving it at a lesson, bringing back your father and saying that now maybe your father is proud, or now you're passing this down to your children. I don't know. I mean, I don't know your background, but that full circle, that completion gives it the impact of actually watching a full movie. So overall, I'll tell you, I loved it. Thank you for bringing back that inspirational lady from Pakistan. I love her too. Think about how many stories can you add in one single 7-minute speech. Think about connecting whatever story you're using to your own life and showing us as audience what changes you have brought, and the full circle ending. If you're starting with one thing, if you end with that thing, and that is a beautiful ending, in my opinion. All the best for your next speech. Back to you, Smruti.
Thank you so much. Can we hear it for both our evaluators and the speaker? That feels like an evaluation marathon here. So let's keep it rolling with our next set of evaluators. So our second speaker of this particular evening was Toastmaster Sravan. Let me just quickly check if he's still in the room. Yes, he is. Now, in order to evaluate Toastmaster Sravan, let's call our first evaluator for the second speaker. May I request distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta to please share your evaluation on this speaker's speech. Over to you.
I hope I am audible and visible. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and a very special good evening to my speaker, Toastmaster Sravan. The harmony of growth, how music and yoga shape our journey. The smoothness of your voice and the gracefulness of your personality was no less than the story of harmony you have explained in your speech. And I appreciate you for sharing such a beautiful and well-organized, clean and free-flowing speech with all of us. So, Sravan, while I appreciate a few things, point number 1, the gracefulness of the speech and the confidence with which you presented the speech, the clarity of language that you have shown right from the beginning till the end, and your top-notch confidence with which you spoke standing in a beautiful position looked like a very professional and someone like a keynote speaker is delivering a beautiful speech and sharing with everyone in the audience. While I say all these things, there are a few areas of improvement that I would like to highlight. Sorry. So when the project is level 3, inspire your audience, I felt that the selection of topic could have been a bit better. There are some personal life stories where we can explain how we overcome a tough situation or a challenging situation, and the journey of facing those challenges and overcoming those situations can be shared with the rest of the people in the audience, will be probably a better fit to inspire the audience. I agree, yoga, piano, music, singing, dancing, gardening can be great things, but it is not necessary that you like piano, I love piano too. I love yoga, you like yoga too. We all are different, our hobbies and our specifications are different. And if you want to inspire someone in the audience, selection of topic which does not fit to many or some of them is probably not the best topic. How can you inspire someone in the audience is the question that you should think before preparing a speech and presenting it in a meeting like this. Second feedback that I have for you is probably on and off across the speech, I saw your eyeballs rolling, which were giving me a strong sense that there is a script in front of you. In spite of in spite of delivering a speech by yourself, you were probably referring to some piece of paper which is not allowed for any project except L1 P1. So we know it's an online club and we have many other clubs, but it will be appreciated if you try and make a list of big points in your mind and deliver the speech by yourself, no matter there are some flaws. Speaking by ourselves is true public speaking and the real spirit of Toastmaster in place of, using a sheet. Apart from that, it was very clean, very well organized. And for everyone who loves yoga and music, it was a brilliant speech. Thank you so much. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, for your thoughtful evaluation about the speech. May I request the second evaluator of the same speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. The virtual stage is all yours for the evaluation.
Sravan, thank you so much, because you fulfilled one desire of mine for a very long time. I always believe that all of these different kinds of art, whether it's painting, music, singing, even yoga, or even sports for that matter. I somewhere feel that sports is also kind of an artmanship, right? So I think all of them somewhere converge. And I've been always yearning to hear a speech where people talk about the convergence of two seemingly not so compatible forms of expression. And today you did that, and you kind of showed us how it can be done. You talked about yoga on one hand and about music on the other hand. And though there is no natural compatibility that we can think of, through your speech, we saw how it was achievable. Why did I like your speech? One, because as I said, this is a topic which has always interested me. I've never dared to. You are much bolder than me, so hats off to you for that. The second reason is your deep voice. I think that's a big hook. Very few people would probably turn off their screen or move away from the screen when you are speaking. Your voice is extremely captivating. I'm actually envious of you from that standpoint. The third reason is because you had very specific pointers. You did not just throw it out in the open saying that, there are a few things that is common between the two. You went into the specific details, 1, 2, 3, 4, the points, and you just listed out those points for us. Great job there. Now, you gave a speech where you talked about symphony, harmony. Now, no symphony is possible if they don't have opposing notes, right? So let me try to bring in a bit of a recommendation to add a bit of a flavor to this. So one thing which I felt was could have taken the speech to a whole different level is bringing in some evidences. You said you play violin. You said you love music. Where is your violin? Why can't you have it as a prop? Why can't you end it with a little bit of a string or a note? Why, yes, that's the one. It should have been in your hands when you were giving your speech. When you were talking about an yoga, why could you not do a couple of yoga poses where maybe a Surya Namaskar or something? Give us that belief that you can also walk the talk, right? And if you do that, you really would not need to refer to any note or anything for that matter, because you will be so much in control of your speech, right? Because you are living those forms of art yourself. Yoga is a part of you, music is a part of you. So when you're delivering a speech using music and yoga as props, then the speech becomes a part of you, right? And then you don't need any external assistance. So again, thank you so much for delivering a speech, which is very difficult to do, because bringing in two incompatible or seemingly incompatible things, converging them, giving a message, how they can blend together in a harmonious fashion, that's a very bold attempt. I definitely salute you for that. I would want you to look at ways to use better body language and use of props when you are delivering your speech the next time. Thank you so much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you,
Thank you
Toastmaster.
so much. Thank you so much. That was our team of evaluators. For the evaluators, for the speakers first, nothing more to add here because you had to do evaluators. You're not expecting me to again shower my thoughts here. But all the evaluations given to both the speakers, be mindful on implementing the same down the line when you are attempting your next project. For the evaluators, thank you so much to be a bit critical, displaying examples as well when you are evaluating. Again, if contest is what we are aiming at, I would rather suggest I did see the reflection. Having said that, if we can bring an emotion to the statements which we are making and avoiding certain terminologies like it is good, X is good, Y is good. Having said that, if we can also work on Y. I'm just giving example of X and Y, take it as a content delivery. So let's not challenge what we have already said good. We cannot challenge the same in our recommendation as well. So yeah, these two thoughts for our evaluators, but can we again hear it for both our speakers and all the 4 evaluators of this particular evening? Okay, TAGL team, I hope you are ready. Let me just quickly check with the team here. I would request one by one to please help us with your report, and starting with, may I request our timer first to help us with the timer's report. Over to you, Toastmasters Sri Lakshmi.
Yeah, sure, General Evaluator. I'll just quickly share my screen. I believe it's disabled, so I'll just go ahead and read the report. So for prepared speeches by Kala and Sravan, both of them are qualified. Sravan was just about on time, which is 7 minutes 28 seconds, but he's still qualified. In terms of 4 evaluators, all of them are qualified. Yes, we had like 2 speakers, Joanne and Sourav Tiwari, DTM Sourav Tiwari, who were just on time, which is around 3 minutes 29 seconds and 3 minutes 28 seconds, but all of them are qualified. Yeah, thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi. I will request someone to please give access to all the TAGL team here. And Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, you can please help us with your report on the chat function. But okay, moving ahead, may I request our next role player of the tag team. Do we have our counter here? May I request Toastmaster Prasang to help us with the counter update. Over to you.
Yeah, sure. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Sure. Thank you. So today report is looking very clean. I can say that. Also, I'd like to appreciate and congratulate the speaker, both speaker Kala and Sravan, for using very less. Counters, and also for the evaluator, like all the evaluator used very less counters. And and one suggestion is that for those people who are using more counters, they should just like slow down their speech, speak with a moderate rate, and then also take a proper pauses rather than using the filler words. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasang. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your update. That's what I was a bit more scared about, seeing number 3 in front of the hours column. But yeah, we all have scope to improve here. But thank you so much for your report. Moving ahead, may I request our grammarian Toastmaster Sreehari, to please help us with the report. Over to you.
Okay. Let me share my screen. I hope you can all see my screen, right? Okay. Word of the day was fortitude, and the word was used by Toastmaster Sravan and Toastmaster Smruti. I encourage more people to use the word of the day as and when the opportunity presents to you to speak. The good usages in the meetings have been today used by Toastmaster Kala, disparity and hostility, Toastmaster Shravan, efficacy and compliancy. Again, Toastmaster Shravan, passion, patience, resilience and harmony. Natural compatibility and two seemingly incompatible by distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. And I'm low-key disappointed today for for the speakers not using much of the rhetorical devices. However, in the beginning, our listener Mamata Jain has used the proverb by Dalai Lama. When you talk, you're only repeating what you already know. When you listen, you may learn something new. The rule of three has been used by Toastmaster Roshni 3 times. We were listening to you. We were hooked on. We were dash dash dash. Where you used intonation, where you used variation, where you used dash. And again, Toastmaster Roshni, let's play musical chords of voice. Let's play dash dash, let's play. And Toastmaster Joanne, think about, think about, think about. When it comes to the recommendations, I have a couple. I also belongs to same category, could have been. I belong to the same category. She become a speaker, could have been she became a speaker. All these happened, could have been all these have happened. As mentioned, I urge all the members to use as many as rhetorical devices in today's meeting. I've observed all the speakers have had a good vocabulary. However, adding some of the rhetorical devices adds some masala to the speech and helps the listeners retain the speech for a lot longer. That's all about from the grammarian end, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sreehari. Can we hear it for him as well? Well, as you are the grammarian, just let me add here. If you're saying masala, then just give me another English meaning for the same. We have group of people joining who are not so familiar with Hindi language. Having said that, thank you so much. And folks, you did hear him. It is not okay to disappoint a grammarian. So please, even we still have time, you want to exemplify or show your usage of English language and grammar, do not shy away. Use a chat window or wait for the TMOD to come back and give you an opportunity. But thank you so much, Toastmaster Sreehari, our grammarian here. Now it's time for the last TAGL team, but we'll wait for the same because that's the fun part to watch. For now, let me quickly go back and share my thoughts about the meeting in general. We did start on time with our Sergeant at Arms for today's evening, Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, laying down all the factors, which is important, letting us know the ground rules. No comment on those lines. Moving ahead, we had the presiding officer. I'll skip that part as well. So my evaluation will be for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sanjay. Toastmaster Sanjay, the topic which you have selected, it is relatable to each and everyone who is present in the meeting. So a good choice of topic, a good way of rather let me applaud your thought process, the thought of engaging the audience and bringing a relatable topic. Now, if you have a good thought in place, let's work on the execution part in a more solid manner. A meeting like this, where you know that you have the maximum bandwidth with you, right? It's the general evaluator and then it's you. You command the entire stage. You know, we do not have table topic. So take this liberty. Well, I'm not directly suggesting you to execute a table topic. Having said that, a TMOD can take the liberty to engage audience in a more collaborative manner. So next time for this kind of meeting where we do not have a table topic in place, you can just experiment by calling people who are not on camera, calling people whom you don't know. I know we sometimes pick people who are familiar to us, who are there on camera, but Toastmaster meeting is about challenging ourselves. So next time when you pick this role, try to even call those who are not on camera and sometimes who are not so familiar with you. If you bring this together, the collaborative part, execution will be something in a very superlative way. So thank you so much. Can you please hear it for our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sanjay? For my tag team, the timer, grammarian, and the R counter, top notch report, execution, and everything. I want you to challenge you rather. All the three role takers here, I'll come to the listener maybe later, but for the tag team, our role is not restricted to read the introduction and share the report. You can also make the best use of the chat window throughout the meeting. You can throw something like, hey, this is about the timing part. You can bring a humor or fun element in the chat box as well. For the R counters, for the grammarian. Ensure that you have equal importance in the meeting. Even if you're not getting the time to speak, you're at least getting the time to chat in the chat box and engaging the entire audience. But kudos on executing your respective roles in a very beautiful manner. Can we hear it for the tag team once again? Overall, from the meeting perspective, definitely we are on track with the agenda. We started on time and I know that we will end exceptionally well with respect to the timing part. If we can do something here is by signing it a bit early. Please remember, Toastmasters meeting is for everybody, even if you are a speaker, an evaluator, even a role taker or a guest. When the meeting room is open and you know you have a role to play, I would sincerely advise all of us to join well in advance. You want screen sharing access? Take it from there. You want to check your AV? Do it at that point of time. That will help not only the club but for everybody to deliver a better qualitative meeting. That's something on the overall meeting part. And also the second pointer is for the executive committee of the club to please make sure and ensure that the role takers are well defined and thoroughly briefed on the roles part. Having said that, cannot steal or shy away by appreciating the beautiful execution of a meeting. It was pleasure to be the general evaluator of another Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. But we still have one role taker left. Let's hear it for our listener. May I spotlight Toastmaster Mamata? I would request you to please help us with your role. We are all yours. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. Now it's time to find out how well everyone was listening. I have a few quick questions based on what was said during the meeting. Let's see who has been paying attention. Just raise your hands if you know the answers. My first question is, who founded Toastmasters International and in which year? Please raise your hands. Okay, Sanjay Jain, please give answer.
Can you repeat again? Sorry.
Who founded Toastmasters International and in which year?
1924, roughly.
Yeah.
Dr. Raisi, some I forgot. Yeah.
Ralph Smetley.
Yeah, pronunciation I'm having with difficulty.
It was Rolf Sage Medley. What is the Toastmaster Sanjay passionate about?
Chess.
Yes. And cricket and traveling also.
Cricket.
Complete the phrase, patience is the key to
success.
Long-term success. Okay, good. What are the synonyms of the word of the day? Fortitude word.
Courage.
Yes. And braveness. My last question is, what is the name of the book Toastmaster Sanjay gave example of?
Who moved my cheese? Yeah.
Yes. Great job, everyone. And thank you for being such attentive listeners. Remember, listening helps us connect, learn, and grow as speakers. Back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamata. Can you please hear it for our first time role taker, Toastmaster Mamata Jain, for the listener's role? Toastmaster Mamata, it's a very good attempt for stepping in to take up a role and to ensure that you are attentively listening and forcing others to do as well. As you're a very first time role taker, so will not add much to the same. Having said that, you might have seen few people did cheat because they answer their own questions, so you can set ground rules that okay, this person cannot answer or that person cannot. Second thing, if you want, you can think of questions which need at least a word or two answer so that more engagement will be there. So but good job on executing the role. Can we hear it once again for our listener, Toastmaster Mamata Jain? Okay, that was the tag team. Thank you so much once again. We had the overall discussion on the meeting part. I give the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sanjay, to take the meeting proceeding ahead. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for your feedback, valuable feedback. I would ask the Zoom moderator to launch the poll. But in the meantime, I would like to ask. I would request the audience to come on the camera so that I can post the questions. And Sudharma, do you want to take?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can take. I will read that. Please vote. The polls are on the screen, so please vote for your. Once again, Sudharma, I'm going to read. Have you ever been forced to change something important? What did you learn? Should I repeat again?
Yes, please.
Once again, have you ever been forced to change something important? What did you learn from that change?
Or not permanent. We have to give up. Yeah, it is very difficult. Yeah, last month I experienced same thing, and it was a very critical moment, and I was frustrated, and it took me 1 month to recover. So life is not certain; it is very challenging. That's what I learned. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience. Anybody want to take? Elons, you want to take? Okay, I will play one video which is available on YouTube so that we can learn this thing. So once again.
While Ha and Hem were little men. Sniff was the one who sniffed out change early. Scurry scurried into action. Hem resisted change and feared that changes lead to worse things. Ha learned to adapt when he saw change can lead to something better. Though different, they shared one thing in common. They just couldn't live without cheese. And so, they went out of the maze every day to find their cheese. Since the maze was full of dark alleys and dead ends, it took time before they could finally find their special cheese. To find cheese, Sniff and Scurry used their simple instincts and quick wits. Hem and Ha used a more complex approach, analyzed the maze, planned their routes, and savored the thought of finding cheese. Until one day at Cheese Station C, they found the biggest collection of cheese they'd ever seen. All four were absolutely delighted and ran around excitedly. We did it! And now, it became a routine for the four to visit Cheese Station C and nibble their cheese, glorifying in comfort. Hem and Ha even decorated the wall with sayings about cheese. Having cheese makes you happy. If only it was as simple as that. Because soon, Sniff and Scurry noticed the cheese supply was running out. After all, they'd been consuming it for days. Hem and Ha did not. They thought they owned the cheese and had every right to eat it. The thought that their cheese could run out was absurd. Hem and Ha had become so comfortable finding their cheese that they arrived late every day because they thought it would never move. But it did happen. One day, Sniff and Scurry arrived at Cheese Station C to find all the cheese was gone. Understanding that change was inevitable, they went around looking for new cheese. Hem and Ha reached Cheese Station C later the same day and were shocked to find it empty. What? No cheese? Hem yelled. He kept yelling as though someone would put it back. Who moved my cheese? It's not fair. Ha just stood there in disbelief. They'd relied so much on their cheese that they couldn't imagine their life without it. And so they spent a good amount of time in Cheese Station C, hoping it would return. Eventually, they went back home. Ha wrote this on the wall before leaving. The more important your cheese is to you, the more you want to hold on to it. While Sniff and Scurry ventured into the maze searching for the new cheese, Hem and Ha kept returning to Cheese Station C daily. They reserved time to evaluate the situation and how they got into it, instead of taking action until they started suffering from not having cheese. Frustrated, angry, and blaming each other for their situation. On the other hand, Sniff and Scurry finally found a new Cheese Station N with the largest supply of cheese. They'd been paid for their hard work. And yet, Ha and Hem didn't budge, thinking whoever had moved their cheese would put it.
This is the YouTube. I will be sharing on this chat window. So people who want to look into it can look. Why was this is basically for our speaking, but to understand this concept further, I shared this video. Why? Because it's very inspiring and things like that, which when we see the video or something, we get more inspired than the words. So I thought of sharing this now. I would like to. Anybody want to take the thing? I want to ask more questions, and why we have time? I think so. 5 minutes more we have. Anybody want to take? Role takers also can take. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can take.
Yeah, that is the spirit. Yeah, you're coming out of your comfort zone. Yeah. Why do some people stay stuck even when things are not working? You want to repeat my thing?
Yeah, could you repeat the topic?
Yeah. Why do some people stay stuck even when things are not working? Means we be in our comfort zone. We don't come out of it. Even we know that nothing is going to happen. Simple.
I mean, I think there could be multiple reasons. Either there are certain fears, and that fear is stopping them to take action and come out. Maybe they are not able to kind of take the actions, even they want. They are not able to like take the actions. They are just kind of procrastinating every single day, and that could be a reason, right? Or there are cases, right? People just want to be in the peace. I mean, when you come out of the comfort zone, there will be chaos also in your life, right? Growth comes with a chaos, but there are people who just want to be in the pace, so they just don't take the actions. But it's a kind of individual choice. But mostly the reason is I see is that because of fear, people don't take action, and that's why they're stuck and they're not coming out.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Prasang, for sharing your thing. Can I ask Rahul to take next question? Rahul.
Yeah, good evening. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why do some people? Yeah. Can I ask?
Yeah, continue. Yeah, sure.
Describe a moment where moving beyond your comfort zone brought you success.
Okay, before I begin, this is a table topic, right? Just to be clear.
Yeah, you can take means 1 minute. This is not table topic.
Yes.
Means we have sufficient time, so we have brought this into play. So that is the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
You can take
What's
1 minute.
the topic again?
Yeah.
What is it?
Describe the moment
topic?
where moving beyond your comfort zone brought you success.
Moving beyond my comfort zone. I can just tell in simple terms that most of the time I have been trying to get out of my comfort zone. It never worked out most of the time really well. Of course, I'm a challenging person and I like trying different things. And most likely, I learn a lot and enjoy the thrill of it. But there's one instance in my life where I had to give up drinking for that matter. And initially it was very difficult because for 1 week you're doing it successfully. But after the 8th day, you're getting the temptation to do more and you feel like drinking more. And somehow I was able to resist that change, and that from that 1 week that it had become 27 days. And when 27 days, it had become 90 days, that is 3 months. And from the 3 months on, I started developing the confidence that drinking is not right for me, and thereby I was able to let go drinking. And today, successfully, it's been almost 3 to 4 years that I'm a teetotaler kind of approach I'm living, because I feel free from drinking, and I'm feeling a lot more better without it. And I can today confidently speak without having to be high or drunk when it comes to communicating and talking to people. Whatever comes from the heart, be just confident and clear with the approach that you want to share and communicate. And that is something which takes a lot of guts. And for me, that has been to get out of my comfort zone without drinking or without relying upon the substance. That helps me to do that. And that's my major step, I would say, internally, to get out of the comfort zone. Of course, the external challenges are a lot different out there that you have to achieve for better life and better growth. I'm looking up for that. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul, for sharing a wonderful story. It's inspiring. Anybody want to take, or shall we conclude the meeting? Okay. From my side, I'm going to sign off today. But as before signing off, I would like to tell, when I come out of my comfort zone, I achieve something successful. I become one step ahead of things. I was very weak in my communication thing. When I stepped out of my comfort zone, I have started improving upon it, which I can feel myself. Why? Because earlier I was very shy and very much, because of some incident happened long back, and I was not willing to speak and keep quiet every time. Now, when I met Gabbys members and Daffodils members, then I started improving my communication skills. And today I understand that I can take any role. I Whenever there is any opportunity, I don't miss it. I try to utilize my time. This time is very precious, and we have to take care of our time. Because AI is coming, and it's a reality. If we not able to be ahead of others, then we may be back, and the time again we cannot bounce back. So new things we have to learn in our thing and implement in our thing. I was learning about AI. I was chat GPT. Now Bristol packaging images are very well created on AI. uh, I was impressed that this type of images, if AI can generate, then what will be the position of designers and things like that. So it's a very means beyond imagination, the AI is improving. And if we are not learning new things, as how we can differentiate ourselves, we can differentiate only by ourselves by communication. If we are able to communicate properly, and then only we will be ahead of AI. If we are not able to communicate properly, AI will take by, because written skills are already taken by AI. Only now speaking skills, AI is not that advanced, but a day may come that they may give keynote speaking and all that, but uh, emotional touch will be of human beings only. So we have to learn this AI and come out of our comfort zone and learn it. That is my take, and I would like members also to share their experience in the next whenever I take next role. Thank you very much, and I enjoyed this meeting thoroughly. And with that, I give the to the presiding officer. Hand over the stage to the presiding officer. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjay. Can we hear it for him once again? Okay, before we move ahead, I saw Sravan raising his hand. Toastmaster Sravan, you wanted to add something to the same context?
No, Toastmaster Sanjay was asking anybody would like to come forward.
Okay.
So I raised that, right? I think he
No worries.
carried forwarded.
Sorry,
Okay,
if you want,
but-
I can ask.
Yeah,
time
please go ahead.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll hold it there. I'll hold it there. But thank you so much for your active participation. It always feels good to see members all excited to share their thoughts. But I would like to hear from someone else as well. So we had pollings. Results are with me, but before I share the result, as a presiding officer, we do our own woos and vows about the meeting. I did cover the same part in the general evaluator role, so will not bore you more with the same. Let's quickly take few feedback from our visiting Toastmasters and guests in the room. May I connect with Priyanka? Priyanka, if you're still here with us, would you like to share your thoughts or your feedback about the meeting quickly?
Yeah, sure. I really enjoyed the theme of the meeting. It was well conducted and evaluated by the Toastmaster of the day and general evaluator. The speeches were beautifully designed. This was like quite a positive and insightful session, and I'm looking forward to more of such meetings.
Thank you so much, Priyanka, for sharing your thoughts here. And definitely, we look forward to have you in our future meetings as well. And now, may I request Lalita to please help us with a quick feedback, please?
Thank you, TM Smruti. I have a question. If we look at the TM Smruti or TM Sourav Dutta, whether we will be inspired to take roles. Can I get some answers from anyone? Yes, no?
Frankly speaking, not understood your question. Can you speak?
By looking at TM Smruti, TM Sourav Dutta, similar Toastmasters, when we look at them, do we get inspired to take roles?
Yeah, so only we are here, no, at Gabbys.
Okay. With all due respect, by seeing TM Smruti or by seeing DTM Sourav, we may not be inspired, but by seeing TM Sanjay will be more inspired. Sanjay, with all due respect, I want to tell you this. The way today you have conducted has triggered a lot of thoughts. We don't need to come to perfection before we take something and come out of comfort zone and do it. So I am in that learning phase in many of the areas in my life. And I do have many places where I have not come out because of two things. One is fear of unknown. Another is I know to some extent because of that I restrict myself to come out thinking that I have to perfect it before coming out. And today you have nicely nailed it out with all your questions. I wish I could have got your opinion also for each of the questions that you asked us. Surely you would have got some pointers, researched and kept it. So with that, I feel each of the speakers have influenced us with their imperfections only they have influenced, which is ongoing learning in any of the Toastmasters. And with the Gabbys, I see that in every session, there are a lot of things to get inspired by seeing each other, how everyone is attempting. So I did learn a lot of things today. Thank you, TM Smruti.
Thank you so much, Lalita. That was a prepared speech kind of thing, but thank you so much for those flowering words and sentences. The moment you started with the question, I was a bit scared, okay, where this discussion is heading. Having said that, thank you so much for appreciating our efforts, which we have put in. On that note, let's quickly see that how did we do with respect to the voting part. You shared your love in the form of votes for our role takers. Starting with our favorite speaker today, this evening, we had two speakers, both met the time parameter and did deliver their speech. With your votes, the favorite speaker of this particular evening is Toastmaster Sravan Kumar. Congratulations. We had power-packed back-to-back 4 evaluations today. And with the evaluation, I think I saw it correctly, but it was a very quite close call. And we have a tie in the evaluation part. The favorite evaluator is Toastmaster Joanne and distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Congratulations. Then we had, that's my favorite tag team. The TAGL team here. First of all, can we please hear it once again for our first time role taker Toastmaster Mamata for being the listener of this particular meeting. And with your vote, the favorite auxiliary role player of the evening is our grammarian Toastmaster Sreehari Acharya. The auxiliary role taker, it was a quite close call, but thank you so much for giving that additional nudge to my name and voting for me for the general evaluator of this particular evening. That's truly yours. So that was the result of the polling today. Congratulations to all the role taker for taking your role irrespective of the polling part, to the visiting Toastmaster for signing and staying tuned with us, to the guest of this particular evening. Just to reiterate, we meet thrice a week. If you missed something today, please come on Thursday, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, because in that particular meeting, you are again going to witness something different. You are going to see an in-depth knowledge about the pathway program from one of the experts in the Toastmasters fraternity. Please come on Thursday, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time to enjoy the educational session and the table topic marathon. Until that time, yes, keep on learning and stay healthy. I formally hereby close the meeting of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. Take
Bye.
care.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye.